lot of different accomplishments. I just wanted to make some noise for that, not to cut you off.
Midway through it.
For real, because this
Part 2 coming soon,
I cut you off. I just had to make some noise. Let's get it.
Yeah, so I wanted more money, and I had a passion for looking good, feeling good. And I have a nephew who I love dearly, and I wanted to do something with his name on it. You know, the whole saying goes, like, give people red flowers while they can still smell them. So I started a business. The LLC is sincere, but like I said, I started the brand name as Odat Scrub for one day at a time. I felt like it related a lot to healthcare, especially I started this around the time of the pandemic starting. So taking it one day at a time was a big thing during that time. So that business I started was a clothing line with scrubs. I came out with them. I had a couple sales. I knew it wasn't gonna boom the first time I released them, but it didn't really hit like I even expected it to at all. So I did a quick little experiment. I just came out with some regular t-shirts to see, like, all right, maybe this is too specific. Maybe I need to broaden my horizons. So when I came out with the t-shirts, they sold out. So I was like, all right, definitely I need to take a new approach to an old dream. So then that's when I started Sincere Loungewear, and we sell luxury loungewear items. I have one of our sets on right now. It's our princess set. It's a new color. We go from small to so shop with me. Follow us on Instagram at sincere.loungewear. We have slippers, and we have a couple of new things that's coming out. And then I'm rebranding my scrub line as well. So we're gonna have some new scrubs coming out. That Instagram is Odat Scrubs. So make sure y'all follow that Instagram.
We'll tap in with that, y'all.
And also I like to have events. That's something I've come into more recently. I come in contact, especially being in the NICU, with a lot of young girls that have babies. They don't really know the first thing. Like, sometimes I'm like, okay, wash your baby. They looking at me like, how am I supposed to do that? You know what I mean? It's a lot of young people out here that just don't have the guidance that they need to get through their everyday living. So I had an event back in May. It was called A She Thing. So we talked about like female hygiene. We talked about menstrual cycles, childbearing and birth, and also self-love. That was a free event. I had a couple of people come out, but I feel like sometimes if money isn't invested, people won't really care to hold true to what they signed up for. So this time I'm having another event named A She Thing Too. And we're going to be talking about the topics that people don't typically talk about. One of the topics is forgiving yourself. I feel like a lot of times people talk about, yeah, I need to forgive this person to let go and let God and da-da-da-da, but it's like sometimes you really got to forgive yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times people will say like, oh, I'm going through this because I deserve it because of the things I've done. And it's like, no, like you got to move on and you got to forgive yourself. And then another big topic that I've seen a lot more recently, in the NICU especially, is domestic violence. I feel like it's a very big topic. People don't really talk too much about it, but it's a lot of young girls experiencing domestic violence and going through the motions, and it's unacceptable, but a lot of them, they don't know no different. They may have seen their moms experience it, their grandmothers experience it. So I'm definitely going to bring it to light. And, you know, we're going to talk about like the different signs, the red flags, you know, something as simple as a man demanding sex if you don't want to have sex, like something like that. Those are little signs and glimpses of red flags that could potentially lead to him, you know, manipulating you and going further and beating on you.
Now, when is this going off?
This is going to be October 16th.
October 16th.
Yeah, so this is going to be October 16th. And I have the flyer on my Instagram page and my business page.
Give them the pages.
The at sincere.loungewear and then at JasmineAnay_ page. They both have the flyer on there. The ticket link is in my bio, the at JasmineAnay_ page. And I also have a therapist coming out, and she's going to talk about like the healing process and again, self-love. I feel like that's a very big topic. A lot of people don't even know the first thing about loving themselves. So yeah. That's my passion right now. I just want to heal the world. Like, that's really my vision for myself and for everybody around me. I feel like a lot of people have the aim and goal to, you know, just move forward. Just keep going. whatever happened in their past, they just try to block it and disassociate from it. But you can't. It's gonna come up in your everyday living. I just read a book. It's called What Happened to You. It's about Oprah Winfrey and a childhood psychologist. And in there, they just talk about how, you know, sometimes you see people and they may have grown up in an abusive family upbringing, and then, you know, they end up in an abusive relationship. Everybody's like, well, why would you get with somebody that's treating you like this? And it's like people gravitate to what they're comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was a female and she had a great man that treated her well, talked to her nice, she's gonna make him mad and piss him off because that's what she feels comfortable with. She feels comfortable with the arguments, with the dysregulation and stuff like that. So I want people to heal. I want people not to just move forward. I want people to heal, look at those scars, dive deep into them, and bandage them up the proper way, and then move forward. So, you know, that's my aim and mission right now.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing. It sounded like a little bit of the healthcare worker and you coming out at the end.
You felt the passion.
You just want to help people.
Yeah, like I got passion in everything I do. I know some people just do things for an image. You know, there's some people that just do things because they feel like, oh, it's going to hit or it's going to do this, that, and the third. Like, I really do stuff because I genuinely have a passion for it and I really want to help people.
Yeah. Like in high school, what you voted? What they voted? I know you ran for everything. I can hear how you.
No, I really didn't though.
Word? You
In high school, I was chill. Like, I was super chill. I mean, people knew me because my brother
You
went to
got
high
the
school.
whole energy, like.
Yeah, like, I was the team captain, you know, cheerleading squad or whatever. But I was chill though. I was smart
That's
in
like
school.
the head of the football team.
Yeah.
Dudes,
Yeah.
right? Like the captain of the football team.
The mean girls.
Yeah, I wasn't though. Like, I was in school though. I was like super focused. Like, I was that person that people always like be like, oh, you take school too serious, this, that, and the third. Like, even in college, I feel like I didn't have a full college experience because people would be like, oh, we going to this probate, and I'm like, I got a bio test in the morning. Like, I'm about to study. So school was always
What
my
school
main
you went to?
focus. For which one? High school.
Which one?
College. Oh, I went to Brown University,
Okay.
and then I went to Jefferson.
Okay.
Yeah. So like,
That's
even
cool.
my friend went to Howard. She would always be like, "Come to Howard homecoming. It's so lit." And I never made it because I was always into school, and I wanted to do good because when I was growing up, school was my drive. Like, school was the thing that I was good at, so I liked to be good at it, and I kept at it. Like, so that's what I did.
You seem passionate though, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you go apply for a job,
Yeah.
you got it.
But you know, that's crazy though, because I literally, so I'm at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children right now in the NICU, and I don't know, you know, with most jobs, there's always these politics and stuff going on, and I just wanted more for myself. So I did go out and try to get a new job. I applied to Penn. You know, Penn is really reputable.
Yeah.
They take good care of your nurses, and I didn't get it. So I made it past.
Somebody applied to Penn, they said they pay low though. They got benefits that's decent, but they pay like almost half of what she makes now.
Well, see, the thing is though, I'm in peds, so peds gets paid like the least out of everybody. So whatever they was offering, it was a lot more than what I'm making now.
Talk about peds. What are peds?
So pediatrics, so kids.
Children.
Yeah.
For a lot of artists.
I'm sorry, I know.
They're not well versed. They're not well versed in that.
No, but I appreciate you like bringing me back to like hold up, let's speak in layman's terms.
Let's
So,
get it. Let's get it to the
Not
nitty-gritty.
like Dr. House.
I want to take it back now, because you mentioned a lot. If there's anything we can take away from you in this interview, is you had a drive.
Mhm.
You definitely had a drive. I want to tap into a little bit of where that drive comes from, where it stems from. So I want you to take us back to growing up in Willingboro. I want you to tell us what that was like a little bit. Walk us through that.
Okay, so growing up, I was kind of like my own best friend. Like, I had friends and stuff like that, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, my brother had got electrocuted when he was younger. And so, like, a lot of the passion of my parents went to him. You know what I mean? So, like, I kind of became, not the back burner child, but it was like, okay, we're going to Jared's appointments. We're doing this, we're doing that. So, it's like, there was areas where I felt like I lacked love. So, I developed a passion for giving that to other people now. I feel like there's a lot of people who lack love. you know, and it doesn't always have to come from somebody who you know, who you're close to, and stuff like that. Like, I feel like sometimes it's a lot of competition, especially with females. So I just want to change the whole narrative, like the pretty girl that's mean, or I'm trying to outdo you, this, that, and third. Like, friendly competition is a thing, y'all. Like, I know sometimes people don't think it is, but it's actually a thing. Like, it's okay for your friend to be doing the same thing as you, and y'all to be bouncing off of one another. Like, oh, what you do this week? Oh, what you learn? It's okay to do that. Like, you don't have to always be in a savage mindset. I feel like so many of us are in a savage mindset. People get their heart broke. People get snaked. I've been snaked so many times, and still I have a pure heart. I'm not gonna just go out here with a doggy dog world mentality. Like, that's just not me. And you know, it probably will get me fucked over plenty of times. But at the same time, like, I'm never gonna lose my passion or my drive or my pureness, because I'm a genuine individual. I'm a thoroughbred, like Dirk said. So.
Let's talk family a little bit. Siblings, you had?
Yeah, so I have a brother. Me and him have an older brother. Me and him have the same mom and dad, and then I have 2 younger siblings.
You all are close.
Somewhat. Like, me and my older brother are a little closer than my younger siblings, but I still like talk to them and stuff like that.
What's the ages? Give me the ages, everybody.
So my older brother is 32. My younger brother is 21, and then the one under him, I think he just turned 13.
Okay, all right.
Don't judge me, y'all.
Make some noise, we judge. We judging only a little bit, though. It seems sound like you left one age off. I don't know. It sound like you missed one.
I think that's the ages. I think
That's
We got
your age.
three. We got three.
I got 3 out of the 4.
3 out of your parents' kids.
it's me.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's.
Oh, you want my age too?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I'm 40, so let me stop. I'm 27. I'm 27.
Make some noise, y'all. And I don't know. Might have just lost my soundboard. It's okay. I think right now, where everybody at home is wondering, they want to know, do you know the dying question they're waiting on?
No.
Alright. Is Jasmine single? That's what they want to know at home.
Why is that the line?
That's what our viewers want to know. Trust me. Tap into the chat. Watching that Instagram, tap in.
Yes, I'm single and I'm finding myself.
Make some noise for that, yo. Make some noise. Alright,
Pray for
so
that girl. Hope she find herself.
I learned a lot.
we take us to the fashion. What got you into fashion? I know you wanted to start your business. I know you needed more money.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it that said, I'm going to go the fashion route? I'm not going to go tech. I'm not going to go stocks. I'm not going to go here or there. I'm going fashion. What was it?
I just always like to look good. Like,
Okay.
that's just me. Like, I like to look good. And growing up, like, I grew up in a single parent household. So I didn't always get, like, the best of the best when it came to that. So with starting my business, I kept that in mind, like having a luxury loungewear brand that was affordable to most people. So yeah, that was really my driving passion to going into fashion. I like to get dressed up, but some days I don't feel like it. So that's what your loungewear really came into play. Like, it's something I could just throw on, still look cute, and go.
I like that. I like that.
Something like what you got on right now. What that will run? So
This is 55.
for the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's like,
How long
Tell
you
me
been?
what the
How long
set's
you been?
called.
Yeah, what's that set called? What would they look up?
this is called the princess set.
This is the princess set. Yo, make some noise.
Ain't that the thing, right?
This is like the premium. This is like the premium loungewear, though, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
How long you been doing it for?
It's been like a year and a half.
Okay. You know that girl, Cherie from
She
soon as she
watches,
sees
I literally
you
just
now,
started,
all of a sudden she want to start.
They was just shooting her up on the shade room.
Did y'all hear about this Shiba Sheree controversy?
Yeah. She basically is saying like she's selling these sets that you could find on Shein for like $30 for like 103, and she just put her logo on it.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
That's how Tommy Hilfiger started.
That's how Milano started.
But the thing about Shiba Sheree, she is modeling the same exact photo as the Shein photo. Like the Shein photo got the model, and then Shiba Sheree is her in the same exact sweatsuit.
Yeah, with the logo on it. What's the difference?
50.
Hey, shout out to Sheree. It's a difference though.
Like, I mean,
It's a difference. What you
He
think
said,
about
Hell
the polo shirts that got Beverly Hills polo?
need her on my sales team.
Hell no. Make some noise. Make some noise for the scammers, bro. You still respecting good scam here at the World Takes, man. This is episode 83.
Don't put that shit on Sincere Lounge where don't try to go over my girl's shit, you hear? We on your ass.
For real, we on your ass. World Takes 83. Anyway, I want you to talk about, we talked about where you came from. You know, we talked about what you got going on. Tell the people where you're going. Tell the people what they can expect from you next.
So I haven't really like said anything about this yet, but with me doing these events and stuff like that, I feel like it's cool, you know what I mean, to sit in for a couple hours and listen to people talk. But I feel like people really digest things, and even in the book I read, it says like most people have like an attention span of like maximum like 15 minutes to really like sit there and digest what somebody's saying, especially if it's something like hard, if it's something that people just aren't generally speaking like, oh, how are you doing? If it's like, well, why do you sit there and you allow this man to treat you this way, or why do you have suicidal thoughts? You know what I mean? If it's conversations like that, 15 minutes max is when you're gonna make it through to somebody. So my next thing that I'm moving forward to doing is having a women's retreat. So we would go and have a stay for a weekend, and we're gonna have a therapist there, and we're gonna do activities throughout the weekend, have a private chef come and cook for us, really give the woman an experience, some of them may never have experienced before. And it's gonna be a healing retreat. So we're gonna talk about, you know, the traumas, how to get through them, and most importantly, I feel like the most important thing that I want people to take away from my retreat, or even in my events, is that the change does not happen overnight. I'm still forgiving myself for things that happened in my past. I'm still trying to heal to this day. The journey is not easy. It may take you months, years, maybe even a decade. Like some people really, it takes them a long time to come through the trauma that they've been through.
I want to tap into that a little bit. When you know, if you're willing, like when you say the trauma you've been through, what exactly is it that you're referring to? Because maybe from the outside looking in, maybe to the people at home, it might seem like, whoa, this lady has got it all, y'all. She got it together. She's young. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She got college degrees. She has a family that loves her. She got her own business. To the people at home, it might seem like, whoa, she's got everything together. But you and I, we both know that sometimes, even though it might look all good from the outside, maybe it's not. You feel me? So if you're willing to get into that a little bit for the people, by all means.
All right.
That was beautiful. Like, that was like real poetic.
You ready to
All right.
sit down, brother? That's all your business.
I'm about to break down and cry.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I never really talked about this before. I was gonna talk about this in my event, but all right, let me see if I can do this. All right, so my junior year of college, I was in a relationship in high school that went into college, and then it ended. So it was like the end of my sophomore year going into my junior year. That relationship ended, and then I met another guy. We started talking and stuff like that. when I'm dealing with somebody, I'm like completely devoted, like head over heels, just doing the most, just doing whatever for the people that, you know, I'm gonna spend my time with and I enjoy being with. So I met this new guy. We was dealing with each other. But then he kind of got like standoffish, and one day he had left and he left his PlayStation on, and he went to his friend's house, and they was like, oh yeah, I brought him some sneakers or something like that, and the friends was calling him like, yeah, that's your girl, da da da, and he was like, no, that's not my girl, da da da, and it hurt my feelings a little bit. So after that, I feel like we kind of just like fell off and dazed off or whatever. But then me and his mom had a good relationship, so I would talk to his mom and stuff like that. And I feel like maybe like a month or two passed, and we hadn't really talked or whatever. And then he reached out to me. It was like winter break had ended. He reached out to me, but I had already started like talking to this other guy or whatever. Not this would sound like some Lori Harvey shit, y'all. I'm not a Lori Harvey. But so yeah, I started talking to this other guy.
More Carisha.
Yeah, shut up. But so I had started talking to this other guy, but he had hit me up, and he was like, I think his mom had talked to him like, hit Jazz up there or whatever. So he hit me up, and I wasn't really feeling it though, because like I said, like he was kind of like standoffish towards me. We hadn't talked in a little minute, and I had somebody new in my life or whatever. So some time went by, and then he started blowing my phone up, like calling me repeatedly, and I'm a Scorpio, so I'm like a nice person, but it's like once you fuck me over, like
Petty time.
you don't exist to me no more, right?
Okay.
So he calling me, he texted me like long paragraphs, and in my mind I'm like, the fuck, like when I was there, when I was devoted, you wasn't trying to hear me out. So at this point it's like there's nothing to say. He was saying stuff like, if anybody, I wouldn't think that you would do me like this, da da da. So I ended up being in the newspaper, and I guess he saw it or his mom saw it or something like that. So that Monday, sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
Hey, she was gonna tell us, don't.
Nah, yeah.
I don't want you to get.
Nah, it's
Cause I don't like.
Nah,
you know how to do that shit. Like make
Yeah,
sure
okay.
she console her.
She good.
All right, good.
So that Monday he had texted me congratulations, and then that
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Oh
it's all
man,
right. It's
we
alright.
gonna be hating after
Hey,
this.
yo, nah, we're just like, make some noise. Make some noise.
Hold up.
Make some noise. Jackson got away from that nigga.
Yeah.
You got away from him, right?
Nah, chill.
Nah,
That's
but that Friday his mom found him dead in his room.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So like
Oh.
that's one of the things I'm talking about. Like I had to forgive myself from, cause I felt horrible. Like I didn't never think that something like that was gonna happen. Yeah. So I felt horrible. Like detectives was calling me, asking me like questions and stuff like that. It was a lot. That was definitely a lot. I never experienced anything like that before in my life. I never really talked about it either. So that was deep. Like I said, I never expected
It's
that.
his fault. Like,
Yeah.
I knew it was definitely.
But no, it's cool because I'm a person.
So
you know what I mean? People
pass,
kind
though?
like.
How did he pass? Like, what was the reason for his death?
So I never really asked, but it was presumed that he committed suicide.
We here at the World Takes, you know, we want everybody at home to know we're on the side of people. So Jasmine, we're definitely on your side. We want to express to you that nothing about that situation was your fault.
Right.
We want to thank you for sharing that with us. That was a special moment. We appreciate it. And we want you to know that nothing about that was your fault. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't want you holding on to any type of grief because of that situation. Now, if you hold on to the memory of that person, that's different.
Right.
But I don't want you thinking like you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Or anything, 'cause you didn't.
Right.
You
And I like over the time, like I figured that out, but I definitely felt like, damn, like what if I were to text him back, or what if I were to call him? And it's always the what ifs that fuck us up, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's about just living in your truth and just moving forward. So like I used to have nightmares, I couldn't sleep, and it was bad, but I've definitely like came a long way from that. And even like at the time, like I said, like I was done with somebody, and even that person, like that should have been a red fucking flag. But when this situation happened, like he was ready to stop dealing with me because he said it was too much for him. You know what I mean? But I just wanted somebody to be around. Like I was away at school, like I just wanted somebody to be around, so I continued to deal with that particular person. But yeah, that's definitely like something that I feel like is one of the reasons why I feel like we have to forgive ourselves, because that was hard for me. Like even to this day, like if somebody who I've dealt with in the past reaches out to me, I'm gonna respond, because it's like you never know. Like you literally never freaking know. Like you just never know. I'm sorry, I just everybody just
suck
quiet.
the air out of the room. I feel like we gonna turn this bitch to Oprah.
Yeah.
That's a touching story, though.
Yeah,
That's a touching story, and I appreciate that. I just want to thank you again for sharing that. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Seriously. I wanna move on from that a little bit. So maybe we can turn it to a bit of a brighter page, because you are doing big things now, and you are healing now.
Mm-hmm.
What does getting to the healing process look like? Maybe somebody out at home,
Mm-hmm.
they might need that to know like what they should do to get to that healing phase and begin to heal and feel better on the inside.
I feel like a lot of times we don't accept the fact that we need help. I feel like a lot of people like they be like, oh, I'm alright. Like if somebody was to ask you right now, like how you doing, you probably want to say good.
Say good.
And whole
For
time you fucked up out here in these
For
streets.
sure.
Like you know what I mean? Like
For sure.
and it's just like I'm reading this other book right now, and it just basically said like people just say good because who really gives a fuck about what you going through? Like what are you gonna do? Save my life? What are you gonna do? If I say right now I need 30 grand, you gonna give me 30 grand? No. So I feel like that's the biggest thing that we have to realize. Like we have to realize we need help. Like we are hurting. In order to begin, like one of the main stages is acceptance. Like you just have to accept the fact that you need healing. You're not okay. I think that's the biggest thing.
Where is it that you draw your strength from? Where does the strength come from? Because you are such a strong Black woman, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna be honest. I know the rest of the panel probably have heard, they probably appreciate it too, but definitely nowadays in 2022, when I wake up and I enter the world and I see what's out there, I'm looking at you kind of like a rare commodity. Kind of a rare commodity, and I just want to know, where is it that you draw this strength from?
God, like I know that's so cliche. I know it's super cliche, right? But let me tell y'all, like, God has really been talking to me recently, like, legit, like, prime example, right? So I'm gonna have this event. It's in October. I call a domestic violence agency, right? I'm talking to her, and she like, yeah, October's a busy month for us. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Okay.
I had no clue. Literally. No clue.
Breast cancer awareness month. Yeah.
Like, yo, I had no clue. Like, but that was like God telling me, like, yo, you're supposed to have this event. Like, and it's supposed to speak about domestic violence. You know what I mean? Like, that was just crazy to me. Like, God legit has been talking to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I might even be a prophet for real. Like. But no, for real, like God has really been talking to me, and I know He probably has talked to me in the past, and I probably didn't acknowledge it because I wasn't so in tune with myself and Him. But like more recently, literally like I'll go on Instagram and I may have like a little bit of an off day, and the first video that comes up is telling me something, like telling me to believe in myself, telling me to just keep going, keep trying, like don't give up, like, and it's like, God, is that true? Like,
yeah,
like
for real.
Like it's so crazy. Like God, I really feel like, and even when I pray at night, like I literally ask God to just use me to help heal His people, like. So it's definitely, God is definitely who and what gets me through.
That's how God do it though. God gonna get on your level.
Right.
Yeah. God gonna come down, He gonna get on your level. If you on the gram, if you on the book, it might be a post when you open up.
Right.
It might be a YouTube video when you open up in the morning. It could be a text message, who knows? But God gonna get on your level every time, and He'll never steer you wrong, that's for sure. Make some noise. World Takes Podcast, episode 83. We got Jasmine in here, we got Quayshawn in here, B-Baby in here, B. Pardon me, how you feeling tonight? I ain't even...
I'm feeling real good. She got a lot going on. For sure, we can't even get Quayshawn in here. Because, I mean, that's beautiful, though. That's got a lot going on. So, all right. Is there anything else you want to know? Or you think, like, people want to know?
I think it's so much more that people will want to know. Do you have any children yet?
No.
Not yet. Is that something you aspire to one day, or is it not really in the plans? Is it not on your radar? Or?
Yeah, I definitely want to have kids, but my biggest aim when it comes to having kids is having a family.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a broken household, so I don't really want that for my children. So yeah, that's my biggest thing, really finding somebody who I know is going to rock out through the storms, through whatever we may experience, like somebody that's really going to be down the ride, through whatever. And it's going to be like a good influence on my children. Like, it's not enough to just be here. You got to be a dedicated person to family and to your future children. So that's definitely like a big thing for me, is having a family.
How many children?
So growing up, I wanted 4. But it's a little pricey out here in these streets. So
That's a cap. That's cap. I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's a myth. Raising kids ain't that expensive, y'all. It's not. That's a bad myth, and don't stop discouraging people who don't have kids not to have kids. Like, don't
No, but I know me though. Like, I'm gonna want my kids to be in every sport. Like, I'm gonna want my kids to be.
It's all affordable. Trust me. All you gotta do is cut some of the shit out that you gonna do for yourself.
Yeah, but I should.
I agree with B where it's not expensive, but I also agree with Jasmine to where if you have 4, you go
it can get pricey.
And without a family, it'll be a little pricey. But if you got
4,
but I don't feel like you should have to take away from your own personal life for your children. Like, I feel like I should still be able to take the trips, buy myself nice things. Like, I shouldn't have
that's cap again.
the most for myself.
You're gonna sacrifice for sure.
You definitely gonna sacrifice, but at the same time, it's like, it's a lot of parents out here that be like, fuck them kids, because they're miserable. Like, they literally have given away their entire life and lifestyle because of kids, and I don't want to be that. I still want to be able to be like, we dropping these off to the grandparents,
See, now,
and we about to go to church real quick.
I want to
like,
know if there's anything else you want to share with the people about, like, what you got going on or anything like that before we
Get into the shit.
like general.
spicy. Into the shit, sure.
no, I don't have anything else going on right now. I'm just, dedicated to my events that I have going on. So make sure y'all follow me at Jasmine_, and follow at sincere.loungewear to stay up to date on everything that's coming.
Spell the Jasmine and A for him.
JASMINANE_.
Okay. Tap in with that, y'all. Make sure y'all follow that.
All your business, social network.
Make sure y'all come out to the women's event
You said it right, your handles like
October 16th. What's the event called?
A She Thing Too.
A She Thing Too. And you got the other one, the women's retreat coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be in like March. I haven't come out with that yet though.
Stay tuned for the women's retreat. A She Thing Too, October 16th. Tap in Jasmine and A on Instagram _ Spell it out one more time for him. Give him the Facebook. Give him all that.
JASMINANE_. On Facebook, I don't have a personal Facebook, but Sincere Loungewear on Facebook. SINCERE, and then Loungewear LOUNGEWEAR.
Do you make stuff for men?
So I did, but I feel like men are bougie.
Men like that sexy shit though. Like if you know what I mean, have some sexy lounge wear. Men like that.
Yeah,
shit.
but I came out.
Go ahead, tell them, like, that's why we all gather here.
Yeah.
Like,
I came out with men's pajamas. Quayshawn actually modeled it.
Yeah. You was on your okay. But y'all had a runway show.
Get some noise on board.
Oh, like
it's on my boy's chest, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Baby oil and shit.
on word.
Had the toes out. It was
I know
the
you
thing.
already know. You know that all day. Making sure them photos right.
Right.
Like,
So yeah, but I mean, guys were here and there, whatever, but or organized, but not really. I feel like women are more like, I need to get this. Like, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, women like spending money, like no
yeah, like on a whim, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I need this.
yeah.
So that's why I kind of like focus on women. I'll definitely move forward to men because I'm not trying to be like cocky or anything like that, but it'd be a lot of men in my DMs, and it's like, what can you really do for me? Buy something. But it's like, what you gonna buy something for your bitch and then be like, this is from the girl that I like or something? Like, they're not gonna do that. So eventually, I probably will get back into like doing men's stuff or whatever.
I
But
got a question for you. Jazz, we're gonna start with you and then we're gonna go around the table. I wanna know the most interesting DM y'all have ever received to anybody. Go around the table one at a time. We'll start with you, Jazz.
with me,
Yeah.
all right, this is the most memorable one. This is the one I can like remember off the dome. Somebody asked to buy my underwear for $50.
Oh, get you off your person.
Of your person.
Like that, like
Not your fucking person.
Like, now it gets crazy though.
What's
Like,
you say though? Why you coming?
I
For the 50?
they're just selling underwear. Like, no bullshit though. If
Niggas
you
want to know did it get sold?
No, it
Did the
didn't.
deal happen?
But like $50, like, alright, if you would have said like 500, maybe 1,000, I would have fucking put them bitches on, rubbed them in between, and sent them motherfuckers
Did you
out.
try to negotiate or anything like that?
What regardless?
You got some La Perla or something
Yeah,
that you
like-
got to try and turn it into. So like the champion said 200.
No, like, don't play.
200,
No.
35.
No.
Just auctioning these shit though.
No.
Sure, it's 200. You said in them drawers or what?
You sit in your drawers for $200?
Yes.
What, like sitting in your drawers for 200?
For 50? Yeah. Y'all are.
She tripping.
Have some class about yourselves.
She bougie.
Yeah.
Nah, the time probably ain't worth it, but 200 I'll make time. Like,
200?
So go down to the post office, write that
I'm
shit.
a hustler.
Nah, but it scares me a little bit. Like, as a female, like, you know how people, like, usually if they go somewhere, like, they won't post a vacation until after they leave? Like, I'm heavy on that right now because I just feel like I'm going to get sex trafficked. And I refuse to get sex trafficked. Like, I swear to God, they going to have to kill me.
They said Black China getting 20 million a month.
Yo!
Yeah.
Bro, shit.
You won't send no drawers.
Mind
How you
But
gonna
mind
get
you,
there though? She
But
about
mind
to
you-
Fenty the shit out of her sister.
That's true.
The next Fenty
True,
coming
that's
up.
nice, bro.
But mind
Serious
you-
story.
It's funny you say that because my brother brought that up and my dad was in the room. And my dad like, so wait, what they do on OnlyFans? And he like, yeah, they shake their ass, they play with themselves, they get
Different
step third. Yeah, so my dad like,
They be fucking too.
Buttercup, like, I had to forgive you, like, fuck it. I'm like, damn, dad, you gonna sell my soul for
I just
money?
researched that how Kris Jenner brokered the deal for Kim, and that changed their family trajectory. Like, she was
Like with the whole Ray J thing?
So the sex tape,
Yeah.
and that changed her family lives forever. Like,
Y'all don't just go making sex tapes for money, man.
Y'all know the backstory with that?
What's the backstory? Tell the people the backstory.
But,
yeah,
alright, what is it?
I just found out.
Kim was like a maid. She was like a celebrity maid.
Yeah,
Where
like
she-
for Paris Hilton, I
She
think.
cleaning people's closets out for
Mhm.
money.
Yeah.
Brandy is a client.
Mm-hmm.
She still Brandy credit card. She run up like 100 something on the credit card. Brandy like, whoa, you gotta pay this back, or I'm going to the police. Ray J, what's the lady you just said?
Kim Kardashian.
No, the lady you said.
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner. Ray J and Kris Jenner came up with a scheme. All right, this is how we can pay the money back. We want to do a sex tape, and that's what the whole sex tape.
Oh, he was a part of it.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
He was trying to act like.
Nah,
he said like he wasn't part of it. He was all about that.
No, he said they set it up, and they were trying to act like it wasn't never set up. They trying to act like he like leaked it or something. No,
I thought they was together.
At first, but Ray J came out about it and said.
They kept trying to embarrass him.
Yeah, they were trying to embarrass him.
And he got kids.
You know, he trying to sell them headphones too. Like, he trying to put his dirty shit on his name, like Me Too.
That's how they trying to
Screaming Me Too.
Yeah, Me Too. I want to get to that though. I want to ask you something that caught my eye. You was
Alright, wait, y'all not gonna just leave me. What was your craziest DM? Like,
you know niggas don't care about Quayshaw DM or my DM or
he's still going around
fucking the shits and giggles fucking.
I can't really remember. I get crazy shit a lot, but I guess the most recent one I got, somebody asked me, just a photography request. They asked me, can I edit their hair or do they really gotta get their hair done for the photo shoot? And I was like,
so when
you gotta get shit done. Like,
shit.
But that's economical. That's a good question.
But that's why I'm like, bitches is creative.
You can offer that to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Say yourself 8 hours. How long did it take you to get them braids?
8 hours.
See, say yourself 8 hours.
I edited in Bob.
Cause it's been a thing. I put out that I edit girls' nails, and now bitches just come with
fucked up nails.
Yeah. One nail, they be like, yeah, I seen that you could just do that nail, so I'ma just like just edit me like all the way. Bitches be like edit me down, like I be like,
give me a big butt.
yeah.
Stomach.
Do that sometimes?
Yeah, I just actually on my site yesterday. That was a conversation, so we actually did just make a new BBL package because I'll be like the reveal, like
that's
I be like the reveal because a lot of girls that hit me and be like, hey, I'll get my surgery this date. I'm gonna come to you when I'm done. I'll be like, okay, word, bet it's lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now, because I'll be like the reveal, like girls that come to me after they got their shit done
to try to fix it up.
Just to show off that they got their shit done. Like,
you mean?
I'm like the gender reveal, yeah.
The gender reveal.
Like, that's a theory, y'all.
It's a real thing.
I want to talk to y'all about both of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk to both of y'all about that.
Yeah.
BBLs. And I want to talk to you, Jazz, because you're a woman. Quayshawn, I know you deal with this all the time.
I see it every day, all the time.
The BBL reveals.
She's not Jazz a nurse also, which is important. Is that important?
That's important.
What you mean?
This conversation we got to have.
Nah, she in the NICU though. She doing.
Yeah, I'm going with the baby.
Is
Like,
it healthy though? Is it healthy what these women are doing? Number one. Number two, is it even worth it? Is it better for a woman? Listen, hear me out. Run around that track a couple times, get in that gym for 30 minutes a day, drink water, eat right, or get the BBL. Which one is more worth it for you?
so I feel like we in the microwave era.
And that's
Everybody wants instant gratification.
I can't microwave my steak, yo. Me personally, that steak one day old is trash. I can't microwave my steak. My shit gotta be fresh. Me personally.
Yeah.
But I'm not like everybody else out here. That's why I want to get y'all opinion.
But if it's one day old, you remix that bitch. You whip it up, stretch it. Make it in the turkey soup.
I hear you.
Turkey and chicken.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Turkey and chicken different than steak though.
Yeah.
Because you're really not supposed to eat steak anyway, because it takes your body a long time to digest.
What
What
about the lamb?
That's red meat.
That's red meat too, but I think it's more pure than the.
They say you ain't supposed to eat a lot of shit, right? My thing is, if you don't eat everything they say you ain't supposed to eat,
You about to be eating like
you
grass.
won't be eating nothing.
Yeah.
That's my thing. You feel me? So it's like pick and choose. Balance it out with some water.
Right. Not just the water just gonna cure it.
Essential water though, y'all. Make some noise. Essential water.
Balance.
Y'all need to check. We're the black owned water brand.
check, essentially. That water gets you right, yo. Whatever you going through, you drink too much, you're a little hot, dehydrated, get you some essential with the pH balance, man, 9.5.
Yo, I'm cracking up. What? Not the numbers.
The numbers, for real.
You pulled the numbers out.
World Takes, episode 83. It's an honor to have Jasmine in the building. It's an honor to have friend of the show, Quayshawn, back in the building. Quayshawn, I want you to tell us a little bit about what Much Better Studios got going on, what's coming up. I know y'all got a lot of things lined up, photo shoots, what have you, all for the fall and winter.
Yeah. This week I'm doing, I probably told I told the world today on Facebook.
Okay, big fish, go ahead, talk heavy.
Nah, this week I'm doing New York City Fashion Week, so the contract is
Make some noise. My boy in Fashion Week.
Yeah, they doing Fashion Week. So my cousin is a publicist. Her name's Savannah Britt. Shout out to her, and that's her client. She's flying in from LA. She's a white girl named Sarah Hooney. She's on Bravo TV, so she's flying in, and I'm basically her personal photographer throughout the weekend. But on the 10th is the day that I'm actually going to do Michael Rubin's party with Tom Brady.
Shit, that shit gonna be lit. Yeah. You know
It's
party, yo.
That's like my birthday. I go to Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun this Saturday.
You need a driver?
Yo.
We actually catching the Amtrak for Philly.
You don't want to drive?
He said you need a work boy? Like, how can I get in there?
I like this shit. Unfortunately, there's a lot of secret clearances and shit to be in the room and shit. So that's exciting. And then,
Big shout out Tom Brady, man. Big shout out Michael Rubin. Big shout out Quayshawn, man. Much Better Studios. We been told y'all. We told y'all a couple months back. Best studio in the town. Make some noise. Make some noise.
Hey, Quayshawn, when you get to wherever you get to, don't forget about it. So.
I definitely won't. I fuck with y'all.
Make some noise. We told y'all a few months back, man. Best studio in the town, man. You did your photo shoot. You come through. Now, I did just see you. I want to talk about something that just went viral. Shorty, the abandoned building.
That was cool. That's Junior 1.
Oh, that's Junior 1.
You made it in Junior 1? You snuck in there?
Nah,
Yo,
it was the door.
not you
It's funny because I put the shit up and people keep commenting.
Bro, that's
Junior
viral.
1.
That's out of there.
I'm like, bitch, everybody leave me alone.
That's what she was going for, I think.
Right?
Right?
Like,
She was going for like scary. She's saying on the line.
It's actually a series that I'm doing. So like, probably a week prior to that, I did like same girl. I did like that's my cousin too. I did like a runaway bride shoot. Her name Aja Joy. Shout out to Aja Joy.
Shout out to Aja Joy. Make some noise, y'all. Make some noise.
She like my sister for we grew up close, a little big family, but yeah, she went through like a breakup or some shit. She was dealing with this fuck nigga or whatever, and then I was like, it was like a real
FNF.
like.
Boss nigga free.
Yeah, it was like a real situation, like, you know what I'm saying? And, she was real sad about it, so I was like, yo, lately I've been, instead of doing like real creative stuff, I've been wanting to produce art that makes you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, let's take this situation and let's turn it into like a photo shoot, you know what I'm saying? And photo shoots be like a self-esteem thing for like women, you know what I'm saying? They get dolled up and she just dealt with some bullshit, so after she dealt with him, we did like basically her like getting left at the altar type of photo shoot, whatever, like floating away. And then what I just did was prom. So basically like she got left for prom, you know what I'm saying? I just flipped it. But it was more so also I flipped it because I'm trying to get more into film next right now. So I was researching Jordan Peele. And again, I've been wanting to produce things that make you feel something and that has a deeper meaning behind it. So the deeper meaning behind that shoot that I did, it was a scary shoot and it was a horror concept, but it was also to show people like Junior 1 is just sitting here. This is an abandoned school. This is property of the city, right? It's just sitting in the middle of our community abandoned.
Large, beautiful
building. It's just sitting here abandoned. Nothing is doing nothing. And this is how we was raised, right? Around a bunch of bullshit, but still we are able to make beauty and art, right? From our environment and using our circumstances. So I just wanted to show people like, this is something that gets overlooked this is another example of a young black person making something out of nothing.
You've been doing that with a lot of pictures for a long time, though. I noticed that, like you make art out of everything.
Everything, yeah, because that's what we do. Like they gave us pigs and we made bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you be in the town taking pictures. You be everywhere taking pictures out of everything.
That's a dope backstory though. Like to the whole thing, like that made me like the picture even more.
Yeah.
Like now I know that.
Yeah.
Wait, but like why? Like if something happened in that school or something, like why y'all say like?
Well, that was one of the. So in our city, from like our age range, it was 5 middle schools, junior 1 through 5. Every part of the town had one. Junior 1 was
high school.
Yeah, junior 1 was North Trenton. Junior 2 was East Trenton. Junior 3 was West Trenton. Junior 4 was South Trenton, and then junior 5 was also North Trenton. Now.
And the new school is right next to the old school, so literally, it's amazing. Like you go when we went or whatever. The doors and stuff is just open. You can like literally walk in there, and you can tell. Obviously, it's people that been in there. There's graffiti everywhere.
Yeah.
And the students park in that lot. I mean, not the students. The teachers park in that lot. So like, they built a brand new school right here, and then they're parking in a lot of an abandoned building. So like later on that day, I went back there with a couple people, and we actually been considering trying to buy that building.
Yeah.
From the city.
Oh man, I want. You hear me? That's a big, beautiful building, though. If it's not condemned or something like that.
Abandoned. It's just, and it looked like they like actually went in there and set off like a bomb or something. I guess if they left it in good condition, more like homeless people and stuff would be in there living in. So they like set off like a bomb. That's why it looks.
Trying to destroy it.
Yeah, try to destroy. So it looks like that, but it's an eyesore. Like it literally is just sitting there. So I had just drove by. I get inspired. I've been trying not to just look at pictures and stuff on Instagram or like Pinterest and get inspired by other people's work or recreate shit.
Create your own.
So now I've just been trying to just get inspired by just my everyday life and shit like that.
Yeah.
So.
Would that like lead you away from like going on Instagram looking at shit?
Yeah, because I want to be a tastemaker. The things that we see go viral, somebody is an original content. Somebody did it. So you can't really, you can, but you can't. It's hard to go viral doing something that was already done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's not, because you got like her situation with the reels and stuff like that. Like it's almost like I learned that with like what she's doing. Like this stuff is already working.
Yeah.
So like even the Gym to Help Y'all podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I just got this from my man podcast. His podcast went from 20K to 100K within a month span, only because one single thing. Right? He told me, you don't want to reinvent the wheel, right? So he switched. He has a trucking podcast. I met this guy. I used to work at AAA, right? Towing cars, all that story. So I met this guy, and he's in the trucking industry. The trucking industry is real big for like black entrepreneurs right now. And he's in the trucking industry, but he created a trucking podcast. So he shares tips on how to get into the trucking industry. Now he was posting his clips, similar to y'all posting y'all clips, right, of y'all content. It's going to take you very long to grow your audience that way. It's going to be organic, but it's going to take you much longer. But you have somebody like the Shade Room, right? They post and repost things that are already working, current events that people are already tuning into, like the news. That's why it's a science behind this stuff. That's why it's already working. Her growing her following and posting reels. These are viral sounds and clips that are already working, right? They're already going viral. So if I use it, it's guaranteed people are going to like it and engage with it because it's already working. So what he did with his trucking podcast was now, right, his Instagram, it's a gym. He literally, watch this, he literally started taking viral clips that happen in the trucking industry. So it'll be Fed sees 100 tons of cocaine at the U.S. border in this truck, or a truck hit the side of a building. He'll post that clip, right, with the banners. It's a format too, like how the Shade Room post their clips with the headline on the video, so you already know what you clicking on. He'll post a clip like that that's already working. It's a viral moment that happened, and then get everybody engaged, talk about it, and then he'll hit you with the content on the next post. But every other post is a viral clip, so you bring them in. So you putting the medicine in the candy. Sort of like
they got their logo on the post too.
Yeah, they got the logo on the post when they do it and everything. But literally, we sit there and he always shout out to Ramel too. He always come and just you know.
That's his name, Ramel.
Ramel, yeah, he in the.
You know his YouTube?
It's probably Truck and Hustle. So it's the Truck and Hustle podcast.
We get it right for our YouTube.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Before
Truck
when we
House
post our
Podcast.
YouTube. We got some tricks up our sleeve too. Look, we starting off with got put Sean and Jasmine in here. That shit works. You hear me? But seriously, we do got some things up our sleeve. We gonna cater to like the Jersey area and stuff like that initially, but we definitely got some that same thing you talk about. We in a that's beautiful though. That's fact. Shout out to old boy too with the recipe, man.
Shout out to the Truck House
Hundo, that boy
Podcast.
getting that bread off of YouTube, ain't he?
Well, that was just Instagram, so I'm not familiar with what the YouTube is doing, but that was literally just he gave me that gem just from
he switched him over to YouTube. He out of here. He
yeah.
alright.
So and then just community, man, just building community. So.
Jasmine, I want you to talk a little bit about the reels. Tell the people what the reels is, because they may not be familiar at home.
Okay, so the reels, I just started doing it for real. Like, I thought they were funny and stuff like that, and I wanted to build my own personal brand.
Nah, you cat. I ain't gonna let you cat like that. I ain't gonna let you cat like that.
Hey,
Girls cap on here all the time, man.
Tell story why you started making reels. They want to know, like, walk them through it.
Where I started making reels, so
that's
you know some of it.
When you was going through it,
Yeah.
situation, and it was your happy place and shit like that.
Alright, can I get this? Alright, like, I'm trying to, like,
World
build
takes,
up.
goddammit.
I'm trying to build up. Alright.
How the girls come on here capping?
No, but that's the thing. He gonna try to say I'm capping, but I was getting there. Like, dang, y'all just see that's the problem. Y'all just wanna get straight to the point. Like, bitch don't got no foreplay, just let's fuck. Like, damn, like, you gotta, like, dang. I'm trying to, like, alright. So, like I was saying.
Is this the after dark?
Nah, she wanna warm up.
Just switch.
Like I was saying.
Like, this bitch crazy. She was crying 5 minutes ago.
Yo, shut up.
Junior 2, you coming next.
Like I was saying, I started doing the reels because I just thought it was funny. So I thought it was funny. I just started doing them. I was doing them like a little bit, like say like November. I just started doing them a little bit or whatever. And then it just came a point in time, like my mom had got sick. It was a lot going on. So I started doing them more often because it was kind of like my getaway. Like I go in my car, like some people be like, do she live in her car? No, I don't fucking live in my car. But I go in my car, nobody's around me, and I make this content. And what really gravitates towards me is that the content is relatable. So it really makes me happy to be able to put the content out there and to see people respond to it. Like people that I don't even know just be commenting like, girl, this is us, like tagging their friends or everybody posting it. Like, so the biggest one that went viral was the one I did, I think it was in like July. I did the one and it was like I don't give a fuck if y'all niggas don't like me, like something like that, whatever, to the point. And it was like, fuck y'all bitch ass niggas. So people related with that shit. It was like, yeah, fuck y'all, like if y'all don't fuck with me, fuck y'all, da-da-da. So people really related with that. That one got like 1.9 million views, like 90,000 likes. Yeah, so that went crazy.
Hey, for our podcast, can you do a voiceover?
Yeah.
Or Nah, because honestly, when you go through the search, like your face pop up, and like y'all probably get the same thing. Like when women go through their Instagram, like y'all gonna get men in shape and shit like that,
that's
and
true.
food.
Right.
Lot of fucking food. Y'all love some food on social media.
Yeah, it really do be food.
Food and dudes with glossy bodies and shit.
No, for real.
So like for us, we get like girls with bodies and pretty faces and stuff like that. So that's like.
Alright, y'all get probably food and other shit too. Like,
no,
don't
we don't
sit
want to
there and
get
try to
food.
act
We
like,
might get some like.
I don't get food.
Yeah, I don't get food.
I
I'll show you one at the end.
like car stuff, dogs, maybe.
Car or pretty girl. That's pretty much it. A basketball highlight.
Yeah.
Some
It
type
be
of
different
sports
type
highlight.
of shit. It be like for different people. Like for men and females, y'all gonna get different things.
Alright, yeah, I understand it.
So yeah, so like you give us a voiceover or something, a little real for us to at some point. That's
Nah,
cool.
I
You
got
ain't gotta
y'all.
do it now.
Nah, and I'm gonna post this too, like the podcast, whatever, my page, you know.
Or
So we like to get, we like to get in tune with our guests here at the World Takes Podcast, episode 83.
Mm-hmm.
Give us 3 qualities that you would be looking for in an ideal partner. Give us
3 qualities.
3 good qualities.
Okay. The first one will be honesty.
Okay.
I always feel like I respect honesty over a lie any day. I'd rather you tell me the truth so that I can make the decision rather than you lie to me and you make the decision for me.
okay.
Like, babe, I just fucked this girl. And it's like, okay, now I have to make the decision if I'm going to still continue to deal with you or if I'm going to be like, fuck you. But if you don't tell me, now it's just like, you could be giving me fucking chlamydia. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you be honest with me. Like, that's a really big thing for me. Like, I need you to be honest with me. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you fucking broke something, whatever, I just need you to be honest about every single thing to me. I just respect honesty.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, before you go on, that's number 1.
Okay.
You gave us 1 out of 3.
Right.
Are you honest, though?
Yes.
Like, you want honesty,
Mm-hmm.
which we all do, I think.
Right.
Or are you an honest person? Or are you like one that might lie or just the truth? Just be honest here on the World Takes Podcast, episode 83. Just be honest.
So I'm a really honest person. Like, I feel like sometimes I may even be too honest. Like, you know how, like, I feel like especially nowadays with dating, everybody's on this, like, who can give a fuck less type vibe. Like, I'm definitely one of the people that's like, I'm feeling you, like, what's up? Like, I'm gonna tell you if I'm talking to other people. And people don't ever believe me. I hate that, though. Like, I hate that people just assume that I'm dealing with 5 fucking niggas at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
But you know.
I'm not. Like, I really don't be dealing with people like that. Like, people, I don't know what it is
It's
about
the like that part that always gets me. Something about the like that part. But okay, folks. See.
No, for real. I don't, though. Like, I feel...
So you hold on.
I feel like a lot of people are scared or intimidated by me, so they don't try to talk to me. Like, it be like weirdos in my DMs for real. Like,
So,
it don't really be people that's
people,
like...
you feel like people be intimidated by you and they don't try to talk to you?
Yeah.
Like the people you want you talking about?
Like, just people that would even be in my, like, caliber. Like, I would think that
you already said weirdos, so it's obviously...
When I say weirdos, it's like old-ass fucking 53-year-old Johnny, like...
I'm 53, though.
That's Rilla's back in. That's Rilla's back in.
He about to draw.
No, because he brings up an interesting point. I want you to give us the remaining 2 things. That
Okay.
yeah. But then I want you to tell us.
No. See? People can never believe me.
Immediately after that, after you give us the 2 remaining things,
Okay.
I want you to give us the difference in the man that you want
Okay.
and the man that wants you.
Okay.
What's the glaring differences between the 2?
Okay.
But first, finish up the top 3 things that you would be interested in a partner.
Okay.
Honesty.
So we got honesty and then loyalty.
Loyalty.
I feel like loyalty is really big because, alright, so I just watched the Carisha Please with, what's his name? Kevin Gates.
Okay.
And in that segment, it was some bullshit that was going on, but in that segment, right, he, I guess, made a statement in a song, and then later on he made another statement to say that in that song he told a lie or something like that. So in the interview, Carisha was like, okay, what was the lie? And he was like, well, I said that I told a lie because in that moment I was being a protector. He was like, if I fuck with you, if I love you, like, I'm going to always protect you. If it's shots firing, I'm going to take them rather than you take them, right? So she asked him again, like, okay, what's the tea? Like, what was the lie? And he was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, if I protected her before, I'm not going to just now switch up. You know what I mean? Like, that right there is loyalty to me because he could have been like, fuck her and just say whatever, you know what I mean? But he just made it a point to say, like, if I'm loyal to you, then I'm loyal to you to the end no matter what. You know what I mean? So, like, that right there, I feel like loyalty is a form of protection for real, because it's like, no matter what, nobody could come in between what we got going on. You know what I mean? Like, nobody could be like, oh, yeah, Jazz was doing this, that, and the third, and then you just run with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, being loyal to me, I feel like it's just, like, unmatched. You know what I mean? Like, loyalty is big for me because I'm big on loyalty. Like, nobody gonna fuck with you if we together, nobody can talk bad about you if we together, like, or if they do, it's never going to get back to you because I dead the conversation right then and there. Like, loyalty is very, very big for
So
me.
you ain't gotta talk bad about a boyfriend or nothing to no friends.
Definitely, but when I say to him, I'm saying to him. Like,
Okay.
nigga, you on some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm not ever gonna
Like
be
you
like, oh
never
my
had like
God,
friends and
bitch,
stuff
like,
that you vent about, like when you was like yo, a little relationship issues.
but that's the thing too, like, I've learned, like, as I've gotten older, I don't really run to my friends about my relationship issues.
Like that.
You feel me? Because I feel like what happens between you and your partner is what happens between you and your partner. Like, if it's something big, like, he got a baby on you or something like that, like something that you can't really, like, protect from other people finding out, then that's different. But I feel like a lot of times people go and they run to their friends about what's going on within their relationship, and then they wonder why when they get back with them and everything is all sweet, their friends like, fuck that nigga still. You know what I mean? And it's like, we're not even gonna get to that point. You know what I mean? So if I can, I usually don't, like, my friends be like, you so sneaky, like, are you even dealing with somebody right now? Because I just don't get into all that.
What about professional help if they go and be running your business and stuff like that to their therapist or something?
Who's running my business or therapist?
The person you're dealing with. Like if he just like you got a therapist.
Oh, like that's fine or whatever,
that's
because it's
fine.
like, so that's somebody. Okay, I feel like therapists are unbiased best friends. So they're not gonna be a nigga like, yeah, bro, like just fuck this bitch, she's never gonna find out. They're gonna be talking you through like the proper way to go through things. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be like,
In theory.
and
I have a point of view.
yeah, not the therapist. Like, run through these bitches.
In theory that you gonna get proper help from
Yeah,
a
like,
therapist.
it's not gonna be bullshit. Like, you really are genuinely trying to be better.
But it's
like,
definitely possible for a therapist to be feeding you or your girl bullshit.
I feel like if we in a relationship, don't be telling your therapist about what goes on in our relationship.
but what if you're in couples therapy or something?
We won't be.
Can a therapist be
But
biased?
that's the problem though, because I feel like a
You
lot
don't
of
believe in
times.
couples therapy?
Can a therapist be biased though?
I believe in couples
Po-
therapy as far as me
Possibly.
and my mate
What?
talking things out and working things out together. I don't believe in it as us going and telling a third party all of our business.
Let me ask you something. You got a therapist, he a man. He was
Mhm.
married to his wife 12 years. His wife left him because he was dedicating all his life to work. Took half his money. And he's your therapist for your relationship. You think there's a chance that he might be a little biased?
He might have some bias, but what I can say, right, is especially being in the healthcare field, you have to kind of step out of your own self. Like, you kind of have to disassociate with your life.
In theory.
Yes, because I be mad as shit sometimes at work because we got babies in there withdrawing, shaking and shit. We having to give them morphine. And honestly, in my mind, I be like, fuck they parents. But if their parents come in, I can't have an attitude with them. I can't treat them like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be nice to them. I have to be considerate of their situation. Like, they probably went through something. They just happen to have this baby that's in a fucked up situation. So I can say, like, in the professional realm, yes, you disassociate from your personal life and you put on a professional light when it comes to dealing with your clients. So, yes, while a lot of therapists got their own shit that they go through. Motherfuckers, the therapist may be depressed. And they sit there trying to help you get out your depression.
That's crazy.
People are humans, though. Like, at the end of the
that's what
day,
I'm saying.
they're human. And I feel like 9 times out of 10, a lot of us have great advice that we don't even listen to our damn selves. You know what I mean? So I feel like back to what he said, I feel like when you go to couples therapy, like sometimes, like anything else, like say if your mom told you some shit, right? Sometimes you may not take heed to what your mom said because you don't think she hip or you don't think she really know what she's talking about. But somebody that's maybe on a level that you like or that you aspire to be at can tell you the same exact thing that your mom told you, but you want to take heed to what they said versus what your mom said.
That's definitely possible.
Right. So I feel like sometimes just having somebody that does not have any relation to you or your partner, hearing what y'all have to say and being able to give y'all unbiased advice, because they're not your bro. They're not her sis. Like, they're not gonna say anything that favors her or you. You know what I mean? They're gonna say something that's gonna help y'all as a whole.
Yeah, in theory.
So, but you don't like therapy?
Nah, I do. I would encourage people, if they go to therapy though, don't settle for the first therapist you experience and say, this is my healer right here. I would suggest that if you want to use it, experience to know the different type of shit you might get from them, because people are biased, like you said, they're human. So like even though they're professionals, most therapists, just like you in the nursing field, you might have this Mother Teresa soul, you feel me? But everybody in there not like that.
Right, that's true.
So,
but at the same time, I feel like you can't go searching for what you want to hear. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, oh, this therapist just told me some bullshit, fuck them, I'm going on to the next one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. But I definitely don't think you should settle for one. So you should know certain little things you probably should look for. And things like what you want to hear is something that you should avoid. Because people are finding out, like sometimes, like say for instance, like a lot of women, black women in particular, are going into like therapist fields and stuff like that. They relationship coaches and shit like that. And a large percent of them are single and stuff like that. And then they're gonna, when you have to have couples therapy and stuff like that, it's like, hey, a guy sit down, it's like, hey, why don't you open up your phone and let your wife go through it? And that's what the therapist is talking about. Like, it's love. Give them access to everything. She needs to know everything. And that same knowing everything is the same thing that might destroy your relationship.
For sure.
Because sometimes as a man, I'm not saying about just cheating, just about like, if you're going through stress or, you know what I mean, I don't know, a nigga knocked you out earlier this day.
That's not
like sometimes that's not good for your girl to know, you know what I mean? For her to know everything. So some things, but if you got a single, seriously.
I had to process that.
You feel me? Now you got a single therapist who got earlier today. Yeah.
Girl, you don't need to know that.
Yeah, no, it's over. Because even like you say honesty, I know you got a third one to go to, but honesty, I suggest men to tiptoe around that shit. Like, no honesty, but no, a lot of times you open up around a woman, the same honesty she want to hear is the same, get the fuck out of there, cars, because she's been waiting for it so she can go start a new life.
See, but that's the thing, like, I feel like a lot of times people just get in a relationship and it's like, boom, we gonna be together. Yeah. No, like, who you're in a relationship with should be your best friend. Like, that should be the person that you go to about any and everything, because y'all are soulmates. Like, essentially, like, y'all just bond. Y'all can feel each other. Like, y'all understand one another.
I got a question for you. How long are you dating before you get into a relationship?
Hold on, she got one more thing. I want to know that too.
She got another
The last
yeah, but she said honesty and loyalty. She shooting broad shots. She shooting super broad shots. Hey.
Alright, the last one, because it has to only be 3, I feel like would be like, I need you to be goofy. Like, I'm goofy as shit. Like, you can't be like serious all the time, like fucking pennies in the bunch. Like, no, not even just a sense of humor. Like, I want to be able to be out in public and we just
real life goofy.
Like, not a real life fuck you up. Like, but like, you know, like niggas can sit there and laugh, but I want to be able to be out in public and we just dancing like nobody else is around, like shit like that. Like,
they can jump in them rails with you too.
Yeah, like I really was somebody who don't really. And when I say goofy or whatever, I feel like I just want somebody that don't really care about what other people have to say. Like,
or think.
Yeah, like I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Niggas gonna think I'm weird. Fuck them niggas. Are they fucking you at night? What are they gonna do for you if you down and out? Nothing.
Right.
You feel me?
They're gonna be honest and loyal.
No, they gonna tell you
This girl
something
said honesty
bullshit.
and loyalty. Now she talking about what they gonna do for you.
But real, like a lot of you, especially you talk about guys being honest and loyalty.
But those 3 key things right there. Everything else, like, it comes later on down the line.
Because looks and stuff like that, I feel like it's not really a huge thing for me. Because I feel like people can look good and be assholes.
What about finances?
Money isn't a huge thing for me because I'm a hustler at the end of the day, and not that I'm going to be the primary breadwinner, but it's like, if you down and out, we about to figure this shit out. Like,
but if you're a hustler and you're not going to be the primary breadwinner, they got to make more than you.
No, I'm not saying they have to make more than me, but I'm just saying, like, we gonna be on some shit. Like, I'm not gonna just let you be a bum ass nigga. Like, we definitely
gonna
right. Grow and grow. Yeah,
you like, get your man right.
Definitely.
Build a nigga.
So
shout out to her.
So I feel like a lot of times.
Girl we got.
Yeah.
These girls are coming on here.
I really don't.
They can't help it.
Alright, I wasn't gonna do that. Question.
This the cat show sooner or later.
Am I lying?
Nah,
People gonna start
I'm
tuning
not
in
lying,
just to hear
like-
girls cat about everything.
I'm really not lying.
She not lying.
But and then like the biggest thing too with finances, and this probably seems like a little selfish, but I feel like men that have money think that they can do whatever the fuck they want. Like they feel like they can just be out here fucking bitches as long as they coming home and paying the bills. Like they feel like they can just talk to you in your own kind of way as long as they coming home and they paying the bills and they paying for everything you want. And it's like I don't want that. Like
But what if they honest and loyal to you though?
I told you that was the top 3, but there's other things though. Like,
so if they say, yeah, I mean, like this girl came, gobbled me up real quick.
I make that decision and I can leave them the fuck alone.
Is that your decision you gonna make?
That can be that decision.
More
I
likely
made.
though.
I mean, it's possible.
It's hard, yeah.
There could be a
fellas, tap dance around telling your girl the truth. Honestly, because
but like, no, that's
to
the
get
thing.
out of there.
No, you talking about that scenario is a reason. Like, if I'm in love with you, okay, and you fuck around with somebody one time, it's like, okay, we can probably get through this. But if you continue to do it, it's disrespectful at that point. You have no respect for me and no regard for my feelings and my well-being. So now it's time for me to do what's best for me, and I'm gonna have to remove myself from the situation. I'm not gonna just allow anybody to continue to walk over me because let me go fuck a nigga. That's the end of the world. The nigga is literally about to fucking die. Like. So y'all, I'm not gonna say y'all. A lot of men cannot take what they dish out. A lot of men will be able to go out and do what they please, but if the woman was to do the same thing,
that's a fact.
It's fuck that bitch.
And women can't like that's how it works. Because we dish out 2 different things. Women, like a lot of women, y'all can't take what y'all dish out.
So what made them be?
For instance, like meeting a nigga, make him take you out on dates and shit. Like you're not taking no nigga out on dates.
Who wouldn't?
You're not gonna meet no guy and take him out on a bunch of dates before you get to get some D.
You don't know me.
You get what I'm saying?
You don't know me.
A word?
You don't know me.
You tricking off? Come on, this girl catching all day.
I'm not
How many dinners you liable to take a dude before he paid for you dinner? Like, what is that? What world we living in?
Niggas streets on it now.
Like, I'm not gonna just make somebody just pay for everything for me. Like, I'm definitely reciprocating energy. Like, I'm no broke bitch, so I'm
no,
definitely
it might be reciprocated, but you ain't setting it off. Like, you're not gonna be the one offering the niggas out the dates and catering to them, right?
Yes. I know that's like something that women don't typically do, but I do that. Like, when I'm dealing with a guy, like.
Okay. What about bills?
I'm lying. Am I lying?
What you looking at me in my eyes and that means you telling the truth?
Because why do I have to lie to you? Like what do I benefit from lying to you?
Well, I'm experienced with the girls capping on here, man. Listen.
The girls, I'm a grown ass woman.
So you hollering at dudes too? Like you like, hey, I think you handsome. I would like to take you out on a date.
Yeah.
That's what you doing? That's what you doing for real?
I respect that. Make some noise, bro. Make some noise for Jack. I respect that.
I mean,
have they hold it out on you? Like you take them out on a date and then they like all right, they get a phone call. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. My friend called me. I got an emergency or whatever. But I'll see you. Like we gonna go out on a date next weekend.
Wait, you saying the guy is doing that?
Yeah, to you.
Like he playing me out.
Like what girls do to men. You know what girls do to men. Come on, you acting like you oblivious because you. I've never. You feel me?
But I've never done that before.
A word? So
yeah,
if you
I'm not a city girl, I'm a Lauryn Hill.
So like if you go out on like most dates you go out on
stories,
bro. Most dates you go out on and usually turn into like let's say 50-50 of your dates it'd be like you might pay for 50% of them and sometimes it turn into something, sometimes it don't.
So like honestly though, I can't rely. Like I'm not really like a frequent flyer in the dating world. Like I don't just be like out here just going on dates with random people just to go on dates. Like if I'm like dealing with you, I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I usually like don't like to deal with a lot of people at one time. Cause I don't really like the whole love triangle thing. Like, oh, I'm fucking with these 2 niggas. Now I gotta pick one if I'm really feeling another one, and then it's like, damn, I'm gonna hurt his feelings. Like, I don't know. This just hard.
That sounds good, man. There's need more women like her though, for sure. For sure. You might scoop something nice. You hear? A nice, honest, loyal guy.
But I feel like just like you saying,
who don't make a lot of money, so you're not an asshole. But he gonna eat all the steak.
But for real, I feel like a lot of people think like because I'm saying this, even if I do it, if people see that I actually move this way, like people always question it because they're not used to it.
No, I do believe that in a sense though.
I think there's some people out there that don't think Jasmine is this out there.
Nah,
Yeah,
I believe that.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people out there that don't think women like Jasmine is this, and I'm gonna make some noise for women like
Nah,
Jasmine.
they definitely do.
Make some noise for women like Jasmine, bro. She out there, fellas. She's single.
She out here.
Don't no.
Jasmine
Yeah.
Jasmine on Instagram underscore.
Yeah.
Underscore.
Come harder than $50 for the drugs.
Listen,
She need the
y'all.
foreplay.
Hey yo.
She talking all the right talk. She walking the right walk. It's Jasmine from Willenboro. Make some noise.
So how does that work though? Because I mean, like, say the top 3 things. Like, you'll assume it'll be at least 3. So your top 3 things they can cross. They can, I don't know, pass before they can get a chance to even get in your company.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how do you get to that? Like, how do you get to loyalty? How do you get to honesty? And what was the other one?
Like
Goofy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get to that? Like, when you see a guy, like, you see my boy Moolah, he can see you walking down the street or in the hospital or something. Damn, what's up? What's your name? Know what I mean? Might compliment your scrubs because you wear your own brand scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
He compliment your scrubs. They fitting right. Never seen them before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, would you like to take me out?
No, so like if I see
trying to talk to
somebody,
you.
yeah.
What you want? Like, how you get past that? Like, how do you analyze a man, like, off the physical, off the approach?
It gotta be a vibe. Like when I see somebody, I'm like really like an analytical person. So like I could be out on a date and like I'm looking around and niggas is like, well, what the fuck you looking around for? And it's like because I'm observing everything that's going on around me. Mm-hmm. So like when I see a person, I'm literally like analyzing them. Like for one, the biggest thing I really feel like I look at is teeth. Like you gotta have good quality teeth. You can't have fucked up teeth, dirty teeth, stuff like that. So then next is like the shoes. Like if your shoes look crazy, like I don't know, it's just like you can't be a poop hut. Like cleanliness is close to godliness. So I definitely look at those 2 things, and then I feel like I look at your demeanor and your personality, like, and I don't know, like you know how some things are just innate, like you just do it, like I just do it. So I feel like you have to give off a certain kind of vibe, and it's not like I'm just gonna automatically be like, oh yeah, let's go on a date. Like I gotta feel you out, like we gotta have conversation, vibe a little bit, you know what I mean? And I feel like from that is when it's like, okay, then it's like you can get my number. Like sometimes, like even if I meet somebody on Instagram, it's like we can have conversation over Instagram. You may not even get my number initially. Like we're just having conversation over Instagram because at that point I can stop this conversation at any point, and you really don't have any other way to get in contact with me. Yeah. And then it's like if I feel you from that point on, then it's like okay, then I'll give you my number. We still have a conversation, and then we'll like maybe meet up somewhere, go out, and then third. But I definitely like fill a person out before I even like really give them the time of day in terms of like going out and meeting them in person.
Okay. All right. Hey, Moolah, you asked another question earlier about like how many dates
Does it take?
No, he said how long will you date or will you like deal with somebody before you like end up committing a relationship, right?
Yeah, I think I did ask that.
You know
I mean, I asked a lot of questions. It's just like, whoa, we've been flowing, we've been going. So it's all right, cool. Let's get to that one. How many dates before you ready to dive in and
Make it official.
So it depends. I feel like nowadays, before I feel like I was like hard pressed, like all right, 2 months in, like you know what you want. But now it's kind of like I feel like I'm a go with the flow kind of person. Like wherever the road may take us, that's where we're gonna end up. Like I'm not forcing anything.
so if he wants to date for 2, 3, 4 years, you're fine with that?
Yeah, I feel like that's fine because
you can be faithful. 2, 3, 4 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I definitely can. Like I don't really have. If I like you and I'm into you, then yes, I have a high sex
You
drive.
want to get married?
Yeah, eventually.
When?
I don't have an end date because I'm not like putting
I mean,
the time
you say
into myself.
eventually, so that means not right now.
You think?
I don't have somebody to be with that I could be like, oh yeah, in 2 years I'm gonna get married.
All right, so you have a high sex drive.
No, I'm saying like, like I'm not the kind of person that I feel like I need sex. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I'm dealing with 5 people and I'm fucking all of them. Like, that's not my thing. Like, so if I'm dealing with somebody, like, I'm going to be able to deal with you and be committed to you. Like, it's not a thing where I'm worried about the next person. Like, if I'm dealing with you, I'm solely focused on you. Like, I'm not really worried about anybody else. So yeah, that's how I feel. But so back to what you said or whatever, I do personally feel like within 6 months you know what you want to do with this person. I feel like within knowing somebody for 6 months, going consistent, like you know whether or not like you definitely want to be committed and all in with this person, or if you want to just play the friend zone.
When it's 6 months and you know you don't want to marry this person, how does that go? Like, do you continue on?
I feel like it's time to have a conversation. I feel like a lot of times people are scared to have conversations and be open and honest about how they feel. And that's why a lot of people are in dead relationships. They just kind of are complacent and they stay with people. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like if you're not feeling somebody, then you need to leave the situation. Because I feel like that's why a lot of people cheat, because they're not happy. So I'd rather be happy and honest than sit here and be on the phone, like you said, with my girlfriends. Like, this fucking bum ass nigga, I can't stand his ass. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather literally have a conversation with you, be open with you about my feelings, or if I feel like you're acting weird, it's what's up, like what's going on, like is there something I can do to fix it, like how can we move forward from this?
I like that.
All right, so you got a lot going on, like time. Is that a thing? Like you got time? Like, say if somebody likes you like them. Like, how do you make time for them?
I feel like, I don't know if you're trying to go like that, the same, but I feel like you make time for what you want to make time for. So it's like, if I like you, then, okay, I may not be able to spend like a whole day with you every week or whatever, but it's like, okay, if at night, then we cuddle up at night or something like that. Or,
No, I believe that saying now.
You turned over
crossed
the week.
over.
Okay.
Nah, I did.
What's saying?
I used to didn't think that was true. Like, but that was like my own thing I had to go through. Like, I didn't think like you make time for what you want to make time for, because it's like I want to go play basketball. I can't. I got other shit that is more in priority than that. So I feel like sometimes you can't make time for. As a grown ass man, I felt like I couldn't make time for the things I want. I had to focus on my needs and things that come, priorities. So it's like, all right, I want to go hang out with my niggas, but I can't. I got work to do. I got other shit to do. But now, like, growing a little bit, you know what I'm saying, I learned a lot more. So you can, like, yeah, you do make time for what you want to make time for. But I believe that now.
I agree.
Yeah, so I definitely so as a nurse, I work 12-hour shifts and I work overnight. So I work 7 p to 7 a, 3 times a week. So in the other 4 days that I'm off, like, I'll do content. I have my nephew a lot. And, I run my business, develop my events. But like I said, like, at the end of the day, like, if we have a planned out date or something, then I'm going to make time for that. Like, if it's like, okay, on this day, I want to spend a whole day with you. Okay, I'm going to clear out my schedule. It's just me and you. Like, I feel like that's important to make somebody feel. I feel like everybody wants to be a priority. Everybody wants to be kind of exclusive. Like, people like to be able to say, like, oh, this is my female, or like, if you go out into the club, you like to be in a VIP section. Like, nobody can be where you at. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that's a big thing for me to give to somebody I'm dealing with that I actually like. Like, I'm going to give you my time and make you feel as though you're a priority and be a priority to me.
You gonna squeeze them in?
Yeah.
Because through my experience, like, sometimes I wanted to say that even about the like how you say you want like loyalty and stuff like that, because sometimes when women, y'all like boss up in a situation, it's more like it kind of changes the dynamics of relationships for a man, because it'll be like, now you're dealing with a girl who, it's not like, yo, what's up, you ready? It's like, she not ready, she gotta make time in her schedule because she got a whole lot of shit going on. And then, like you say, like, you don't care about finances and stuff like that. You taking dudes out, so it'll be like, damn, what's this nigga, bro? Where do he fit in what you got going on? So that's where it'd be easier for you to deal with, a guy who who can work on your schedule, on your time, but then eventually that same shit you might like about that eventually get on your nerves, and that's my theory though. With like sometimes when women like boss up and stuff like that, or it'd be harder. It's harder for you to like get a decent man or deal with a decent man because you like on the like you bossed up. Like you said, you read about Oprah. Oprah single. You feel me? As boss as she is, she got a lot of shit going on. We never knew if Stedman was really her man because people were saying Gail was her boyfriend's girlfriend.
I'm not about to play with y'all.
I don't know.
Nobody knows Stedman. Stedman ain't had no kids. She ain't had no kids. You think Stedman ain't want no kids?
Maybe he didn't.
Cause niggas want kids.
I think it's easier to fuck with girls who are on their shit than people think. I think it'd be a lot of times the guys is just insecure. Like you'll trick yourself out of the situation thinking she wouldn't fuck with you because she got all this going on.
You're talking about approaching. I'm talking about once you in there dealing with a girl who.
No, but even then, that's the thing.
Like often, for I know for me, like over the past 5 years, I've been dealing with women who make more than me, more successful than me. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it'd be the best because they ain't fucking with you they fucking with you for you. Yeah. Like. Really for you, like, and there's been times where I was like,
not for like
my last situation,
not like the masculine aspect.
It's like my last situation, I'm like,
just
she
as
fucking
a friend.
with me, but like they be a lot more intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that's one thing I like it's just being intentional when you dating and stuff like that. So I think I think those are the women that
you gotta ask
are more like prone to like knowing what they want, and you have a higher success relationship wise when you do like get with those people because they like, you know, they not looking for nothing. They just want genuine love. Like,
that's probably possible. I was just saying for young women, it'd be harder to find.
Why would it be harder for a woman that's on her shit than for a man that's on his shit?
Because our job is to provide. Like naturally, most women out here looking for security in a man. Like men not. Most men not looking for security in a woman. You know what I mean? They looking for like more feminine aspects.
I think most men and that's where we can get caught up on semantics and shit like that. Because I think most men is looking for security in a woman. It's just like most people is looking for security in a spot. They're not looking for, all right, I've invested 5-10 years in, and now it's up in flames because somebody had an emotional breakdown or somebody wasn't able to deal. Now everything is out the window. Now I'm on alimony, spousal support.
Yeah.
Most people
now you still provide her security, but she ain't providing
most people
nothing.
because most people are not looking for that. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I'm saying, but don't forget the same thing you're talking about is the same security that these women receive. Like if they break up, they still receive a lot of the stuff that
But the thing is, men can do that too.
But it's the court's not really in their favor. Like it's not like numbers is there that like a large majority of women get the alimony and child support. It's not like 50-50
it's
or
not
something
likely
like
for
that.
the courts to rule in the favor of the man, but nowadays more men are getting more intelligent.
Right.
I was about to say that too.
They're not even going through they might marry through the church only and not through the state. Not signing the paper.
I'm crying.
For real.
But like think about it. You think Stedman couldn't have got money from Oprah?
I mean, Stedman probably got money from Oprah.
He probably did. That's what I'm saying. Though, like men can do the same thing that females do, but a lot of men don't think to do that.
But that's rare though. No, you gotta go in the courts to know how them judges treat you when you as a man, opposed to how they treat like the women in the courts and stuff like that.
I mean,
It's to protect the women. It's not a bad thing that women need protection and women and children need to be protected in security. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's how it should be. You know what I mean? So it's not to like shame women or men by no means. But I know sometimes when those lines get blurred, just like if a man be less into trying to provide security for a woman, it'd be hard for him to get a woman. Just like if a woman trying to be less to provide the feminine aspects to a man, like it'd be harder for her to get a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the men, and this is just me personally, I feel like the men provide the least amount of security, the least amount of protection, right? Them is the one that end up with the women.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's for
the
sure.
Desirable women.
Yeah.
The ones that's offering the maximum security, the maximum protection, they might end
And
up.
loyalty and honesty.
Loyalty and honesty.
Yeah.
They might end up flat on their face outside of the code.
So I feel like you're right to a certain degree, only because, right? I feel like sometimes when it's two people who are headstrong, who know what they want, it could be a battle, like a constant battle, if they're not willing to compromise and hear each other out. So I can see where if it's a headstrong female and a headstrong male in the same situation, where it's like, okay, this isn't going to work because I want blue walls and you want red walls, and this is
well,
not.
opposites attract.
Yeah, that's how life works.
That's just like how
a
life
masculine male and a feminine woman.
But to the contrary of what he said too, it's all about what do you perceive as, because you said those men who are less than or whatever, you end up with
offering the least amount of protection.
Offering the least amount of protection.
They might be cool. They might
say they get the.
guy.
What did you say? How you just described it?
They're getting
Desirable
the
women.
desirable women.
Physically desirable. See, that's what you gotta think, because I'm in the field, right? I'm in the field. And Dirk said, he had a line, he said, bitches you looking up to, they'll burn you. Like, it's a lot of these people that people view as desirable ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, I see girls that, like, I used to even.
But that's what you're talking about, physically desirable.
Yeah. And it's like, that's what we gotta remove, like, everything that glitters ain't gold, because a lot of them just, that's all it is.
It's an image.
It's just, and then it ain't even really that. It's just, because then it's like you just Instagram and shit. Like, people don't really even be looking like themselves for real. Like, I be wishing people could do my job.
Unfortunately, men don't get, like, if you're a single man, you don't get the opportunity to be filled. Like, you say your shit, your DM full, right? Your shit probably full of, like, business shit, though, not necessarily somebody throwing.
But females are more bold nowadays.
Our shit ain't gonna be full. Oh, your shit full of girls trying to come at you.
Yes.
See, that's rare. Mostly that's most women DM. Like, most average women got a bunch of dudes.
But it's a lot of, because I got other niggas that's on their shit too. It's a lot of girls that's just, to me, like, and my niggas, like, they on their shit too, and like girls is bold out here, like she said, like they really. Bitches is bold.
That's still rare though. Like, it's not. Like, you can't say 50.
I'm telling you,
you can't say half.
if you ain't on shit, nah.
What about proposing? They proposing too? Like, where do it stop?
Nah.
For these
you talking about like
women?
asking to marry?
I don't think I can propose to
Where do it stop for these bold women?
Yeah, nobody.
They taking them out dinner. They asking them out. They bagging the dudes.
They doing that.
But
they
again,
really
once you start bagging dudes, once again. You get in the habit of that, like that's like, it's like you playing the masculine role. You're gonna end up a lot of times with a male that's not used to that masculine role. It's just like you deal with a male, you've been in dudes, I'm sure you've been on dates with dudes where you try to offer to pay and they kind of offended by that in a sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you get a guy like, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I want some dessert to take out. You feel me?
Right.
That's the kind of guy you getting, because you playing the assertive role, the dominant role, the masculine role in a situation or relationship.
And some women like that. Like, there's some alpha women who like beta males. Like, they like niggas they can control. Like, that's just gonna shut up.
That should be on a time clock though. That should be like a certain amount of time before they on their ass. Like, you see how you said we gonna get there. Like, I'm gonna go get it. You gonna try to move a nigga who's not a go getter into a go getter.
Yeah.
A lady trying to do that to a man, that's like exhausting. That's exhausting just to think about it. You know what I mean? For both parties.
Yeah.
You know
but I feel like a lot of times, like, if I am on that type of time, it's because I see his potential. Like, I see that he wants to be on
that's
some
the
shit.
number one reason why women resent men.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I seen his potential.
But
He
like,
had a baby by a dude who wasn't nothing.
When I say I see his potential, it's not like
potential.
the nigga he's a bum on the street and I'm like, I could make this motherfucker into a millionaire. Not like that. Like, I see him on his grind, on his hustle, and I see where he can go. So it's just about me, like, adding to his drive. Like, I'm like, yeah, babe, you can do this. We got this. How are we gonna figure this out? Like, I'm not about to sit here and try to make him into something that he's not. I'm adding to whatever he already has.
Yeah.
And I feel like the biggest thing too with a woman who's an alpha is submitting. I feel like that's
Hell yeah.
hard.
That's a trendy word, right?
Like, I know, that's why I didn't want to say it, but I feel like sometimes that's hard because it's like, all right, if you're used to always leading the way and always knowing what you want to do, and you literally having to, at times, give somebody else the will and trust that they know what they're talking about and they're going to guide you on the right path, that's hard.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not used to that.
Unless they're exceptional. Like an exceptional person, like we're.
But even
a lot of
then,
women
it's
say like
hard.
I'll submit and I'll listen, but it got to be a man that I can submit to.
I agree.
Because
that's what
I
I
agree.
stand
The
for.
right,
I
don't
agree
give a fuck
too.
who you is or what you got. The right woman is going to submit to the right guy.
I agree, but if you're a Raggedy Ann or something, or say you work at McDonald's or something like that, you 18, 19 years old, you can what you willing to submit to is a little. Might be a little less accomplished than what a woman like
You want to submit to what you want to submit to.
I agree.
You want to submit to what you want to submit to, and then you want to justify the reasons why you submitted.
Yeah.
That's human nature.
Yeah.
It's all catch. We all humans. We all flawed.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect.
Nah,
Nobody
facts.
is that guy.
Facts.
Nobody is that bitch. Let me break it down for y'all. Here at the World Takes episode 83, I just want y'all to be clear before we get out of here. None of y'all is him. Y'all not him. Trust me.
Nah, I had to learn that though. I had to learn that most people in the world are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, like damn near 80% of people in the world are struggling, and you will become more successful in your life if you actually be your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And cater to those everyday people, because there's more of them than there is that's actually winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. That's real.
Like you got people like Wallow, like you know what I'm saying? Like he's winning because he's catering to the hustler, the person who, you know what I'm saying?
The up and coming.
The up and coming people in the trenches.
If you make $40,000 a year, right? You want the top 10% of all people in the world. Top 10%. All people in the world. 40,000 a year. That's nothing. You feel me? You can in our city, you might be living in the projects making that. You feel me? You can be living anywhere in our city making that 40,000. You're in the top 10. But I want people to really put that in perspective. It's like really, I don't care what you have. You're not that guy in my eyes. Me personally, I don't know what everybody else got going on. I know what the women think. The women might think you that guy. You feel me? You might think the woman that woman. I don't. You feel me? We all on the same level. We all on an even playing field. But me personally,
Nah, that's
It's
how
like
I
a
grew up.
communist mindset.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not so much
I don't
confidence.
believe
It's
that.
just so.
Cause
It's just so much. What do you value? Like, do you value monetary things?
Yeah, I think it's all about
Do you
your
value
values.
family? Do you
Family
value
is big.
your children? What do you value most? What is it? Monetary? You value
No, like family connections.
All right, so
Because your reasons for somebody being that guy may be different than somebody else.
why is they that
Right,
guy?
right.
They got the drip.
Right.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Your reasons may be different. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might be
They
like,
got
yo,
the-
Jazz on her shit. And then somebody else be like, this bitch ain't on shit.
Right.
Why is they that guy? Because they got the same women we just said was burning and nah, seriously.
Nah, I'm just saying, like,
Seriously,
people,
why?
like, because somebody, like, I may value somebody's, I may be like, yo, this nigga that guy because of the things he's teach me, things he showed me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a stand-up guy. He a man of his word. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the factors to me. But somebody else may, and I'm in a position now, I'm older. I ain't really try to argue with too many people no more. So it's like, I be like, if you think that person's that guy because they got the new Amiris, it's nothing wrong with that. I used to be like, it's something wrong with that. Like, nah, he don't even keep his word. But now I just be like, go ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got it.
You got it.
Yeah. Because you can't, everybody's not as smart as you.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. At this big age of my life, it's just like, a lot of this shit.
I had to learn that. I used to be gung-ho on persuading motherfuckers to be entrepreneurs and seek financial freedom and shit. And then I had to realize, like, you fucking up the world because you need consumers.
Right.
And everybody is not you, Quayshawn. Everybody's not thinking like that. Like me, I personally, I would never rent out a room in Much Better Studios.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
I would walk in here and be like, damn, this nigga is renting out rooms. I need a space in here. Nah, but it's people that does. That's how my business survive. Me personally, I'm gonna walk in here and be like, damn, this nigga renting out rooms. This is dope. I'm about to go do the same shit because I think bigger.
Like,
Think big, bitch. You thinking small, think big. Yo,
real shit.
So I had to realize, like, everybody's not on your level of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Your frequency of thinking, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. You get what I'm saying? I used to look down on people like, ain't even like, what the fuck? Or I'll be around motherfuckers and they talking about bullshit because I want to be talking about financial freedom and bullshit. So I'm like, nah, it's nothing wrong with motherfuckers arguing about who the top 5 greatest rappers. Let them niggas cook, bro. Like, yeah, like you.
And let other people have their list.
Yeah.
If their list don't match up with your list,
it's nothing wrong with that. It's your perspective.
Let them have their list.
But it's good to know though, because that's what like again when we talk about security and stuff, they got Maslow's theory of hierarchy, which is like your basic needs and stuff like that. But then it goes to the top with self-actualization, basically knowing who you are in society. That's where if you that guy or not, you'll know. Now you can be that guy at your job where you running shit, you calling all the shots. You can be the guy. You can be that guy in much better studios. You can be that guy. That's all right. But that does exist though. You know what I mean? Where you can be that guy. You can be that guy. You can be that chick on Instagram where you know when you post something, it's going viral. It's going crazy every time.
You can be that chick on the pop
still be
corner
burning.
where y'all selling pussy at for the night for $40.
For sure.
You can be that chick out there.
Yeah.
You can be that guy on the drug block. So it's just like, it's like, whoa. Let's be careful with who we giving the glory to. That's my whole.
Yeah, but that's all
the word GOAT is being overused.
That's individual.
But I feel like it just comes down to the point that the janitor is just as important as the CEO.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if we're gonna have a janitor, it's trash all over the fucking place.
So that's communism part.
It's rats all over the place.
CEO who built the whole building and got that shit popping. So once you get a janitor in a much better studio, he's just as important as you.
Yes.
I get what she's saying with it though, because I do treat my people like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Only because I'm a hustler, so I'm used to going back to zero, and I know that shit can be going tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just the golden rule we all learn. Treat others like you want to be treated.
Communism, they splitting that shit down the middle. Everywhere, you hear me? Everybody getting paid. Every employee getting paid.
Not the same.
You getting paid.
But I don't say like
capitalism, it's leaders.
I'm a capitalist.
Yeah.
I'm a capitalist.
But I feel like, okay, yes, there's definitely levels, but it's like you shouldn't treat the CEO like he that guy and then the janitor like shit. Like everybody should be valued on the same level because at the end of the day
everybody
they have
has
a
value
purpose.
for sure.
Yeah, but like definitely everybody shouldn't be like paid the same. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like, okay, if y'all running the building and not quite sure because he probably would, but the trash needs to be taken out. Is the CEO who's in Alaska right now going to come to Atlanta in his building and clean up and take the trash out?
It's a flat organization.
Yeah, he's not. Like at the end of the day, like there needs to be a janitor in place. You know what I mean? Like there's roles for a certain
Mark
reason.
Cuban had a line like that. Not to cut your wisdom. I know this you should. But Mark Cuban had a line like that. He was like, when I walked through Mark Cuban, I know the listeners, is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team, NBA team. And he had a line like that. He was like, sometimes I walk through the stadium and, you know, I see trash on the floor. I'm not too good or above taking the trash out. Like if I want my worker to do it, like I should be able to do it too. So I think, like she said, you know what I'm saying?
The healthier companies are ran like that though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, every company is not like that. Right. You got leaders who lead out of fear, and then you got leaders who lead out of respect. So.
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all. One thing, man. Big Soldier, right? Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Big Draco.
If you let him tell it, he was the first to do everything.
Oh my God, man.
And listen though, if you don't know no better, you might give him the credit for being the first to do everything.
Nah, word.
If you don't know no better.
Right.
But when you a nigga like me, you done seen the game, you done watched the game, and it came up, man, you an OG now. You got your feet up. You know a little bit better, man. And you can still give Soulja Boy his credit. You can still say, hey, that nigga's a young legend.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the first to do all of that.
Nah,
right.
word.
Is you getting credit for the shit he was the first to do?
Like what? You gotta give me something. If he was
You the first to have an Apple iPhone on a video?
I'm not giving him credit for
He
that.
had a game console?
A video game console?
Yeah.
On what? On the music video?
He said he was
Nah,
the
he had
first rapper on
video
YouTube.
game console. Yeah, I don't
He
know.
said he was the first rapper on YouTube.
I ain't giving him that.
I don't know about that.
I ain't giving him that. That's a lot of shit I ain't giving him. That's my overall point.
How we just switched
Careful.
to
I know, but I feel like
there was a bigger point to this.
That's my overall. Be careful who you get your messaging from.
right, that's
Okay.
true. Always check the source.
Yeah.
They'll lead you astray.
Yeah, always definitely do your own research. Don't ever just take somebody's word for it.
Facts.
For real. And Jazz, I know you know all about that. Because you've been through it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whoa. We not letting them get one over on us again. For real.
No, for real.
Jazz was the first person to make a reel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people will really bamboozle you because
Sure.
people are good at talking. Some people are really good at talking.
I call them charismatic leaders.
No, seriously. And I feel like a lot of times the sad part is like I feel like some people when they realize like, oh, I'm good at talking, let me go be a motivational speaker. Don't.
No.
Like, don't do it. Like, it's alright. Like, you don't gotta just because you feel like you're good at something.
I feel like
Go and
we
do
have
something
to-
like. Yeah, like, but not even just that. I feel like just because you're good at talking doesn't mean that you can lead a room. Like, you may be on some like Jim Jones shit and lead them to drink the fucking Kool-Aid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, I'm a dancer. Let me go strip on a pole. Like, no, that's not what you should do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you should like go full throttle and like take it there. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are just meant to be a hobby. Like, it doesn't have to be like what you full force like go and do. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Like,
some
like
people
the
just try to
cook or
make.
something like that.
Yeah, like now you should be a chef. Like, yeah, like it's like you don't have to make something a thing just because you're trying to force your way into entrepreneurships or making something be a thing that's not a thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like because that's like the trend right now. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I feel like people are just forcing their way into it. Like people don't really have a passion or a drive for it, and then they're wondering like, why is this business failing? It's because you're not really passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're just doing it to try to make it a thing so that you could fit in with the society norm right now of everybody being an entrepreneur.
I think internet and Corona got a lot to do with that. Like, 'cause
Yeah,
people
for
go
sure.
on the internet, see people doing stuff, and like, hey, this
Yeah, I
you
can do
making
that.
money off of photos. I
Right.
might as well get a camera.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Right.
You
And it's
got-
like, no, you can't.
yeah.
Like, it's alright. And
But that's always been a thing, though. Entrepreneurship is like, when I was going to school, you learn that, like, entrepreneurship, like, maybe 90% of entrepreneurs fail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think failure has a negative connotation. I just
Yeah.
failed this year, but it was like one of the best failures ever. I'm very elated right now sitting here. You get what I'm saying? Just because I was a remarkable learning experience. I just 10x my whole business model from that failure. And I think you gotta fail to succeed.
Entrepreneurs all with that too.
yeah.
You gotta be resilient, though. Everybody don't have resilience.
Yeah.
For sure, that's a big one. And added, that's kind of what she said. Like you gotta be able to be emotionally connected to your goals and have a why, because you might be doing some shit just for the wrong reasons, and then it would fail. Now you giving up.
Right.
Whereas though, like me, I'm going through failures, but I'm emotionally connected to my goals, so I'm gonna push harder through those failures. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
For sure. Listen. We about to go around the room with final thoughts.
Yeah.
Listen. Friends of the show, Quayshawn and her Quayshawn. Quayshawn, I know you will be back. Go ahead. Tell them where they can follow you at, man. Much Better Studios. Let's get it.
Yeah, you can follow me at Quayshawn, my first name, QUAYSHAUNN, and Much Better Studios.
Now listen, Jasmine, the world want to know, if people want to know they watching at home, World Takes Podcast, episode 83. Make some noise. The world wants to know, will we see you back on this stage? Will we expect you back?
Is you coming for the After Dark show?
Yeah.
for another episode. Can we?
I can't wait till they come
again?
After Dark shit. She definitely coming. She the president of the bad bitches.
Yo, shut up.
That's what we need.
Make some noise, president of the bad bitches. Make some noise, but she the bad. We got the baddest in here.
Yeah.
Make some noise,
Yeah, But no, I definitely enjoyed this. Y'all my first podcast, so you know.
A word?
That's a big
wait till
thing.
the after dark. Wait till the after the dark.
So that's a big thing or whatever, and I definitely enjoyed myself. Y'all set the standard, so if I go to another one they better than me, maybe I won't let me stop playing. But nah, y'all I'm playing. But no, y'all definitely set the standard. You know what I mean? So for me to get the vibe, because you watch stuff, but at the end of the day, like I feel like you don't really know what it all entails until you're like really in it. So this is kind of like a little off, but so more recently I've been in political commerciose, and okay, the reason why I got it no, I'm not.
Hey, sister, yo. Yes, the mayor.
He packed his finest.
Yo.
But no, so I've been in political commercials, but when you watch political commercials, you probably think they're talking about some deep shit. You know what I mean? I be in the motherfuckers be like, yo, you saw Ozark last week? Like, that's the conversations that we be having in the behind the scenes, but it's like you wouldn't know that unless you was in them.
They get their acting on some of the cameras.
No, for real, but it's like, and you hold certain conversations to envision like certain emotions and stuff like that.
On the World Takes podcast, we know all the politicians be capping. They out here kissing your babies. You let Donald Trump kiss your baby if you want to.
Fuck around your monkey
Act
pox.
like he don't love your baby, trust me. They be capping.
Baby, trust me.
We all know once they get in the office, shit change for the most part.
No, for real. But yeah, I just said that to say like it was cool actually experiencing and then knowing what's going on like in the behind the scenes of it. I feel like y'all authentic, y'all genuine, y'all not just in here trying to make an image, and that's what I respect the most about this podcast.
Jazz, we appreciate you for coming out. We appreciate your honesty and you sharing with us. We want to wish you all the success. We want to wish you the best of luck in the future. We want you to know that this is always a space for you, a platform for you. Whenever you want to come back, whenever you're ready, you're more than welcome. It was a pleasure having you here.
Can I just ask a question before you?
Sure, of course.
Yeah. How? What made y'all pick Jazz to come on the podcast?
Because when you go on Instagram, first of all, I thought she was from the town because she did a work with you initially.
Yeah.
So I think when we was doing the first New York Fashion Week, was that the summer one? I mean, we wanted to try to have a Trenton Fashion Week or whatever. So initially we reached out to you, I think about like your clothing line or something like that.
Yeah, it was in like February.
Yeah, then so after the break, we just like, all right, you said that you would still be down, it just ain't work out in time frame. So we go through, we just reach out to people who we reached out before, see if there's available now. Also, Jazz should be popping on the reels and stuff like that. So it's like, all right, so she wasn't, let's see who this girl is. Maybe she can experience us. We can develop a network of relationships so in the future, like we can use all the pretty girls.
One thing you
in
can
Jersey,
tell,
you guys are welcome.
Yeah.
If you got personalities, you got something going on, because we're going to do something big eventually.
I want to say one more thing about Jazz. The one thing about the reels, like when you tap in with her, I want you to give them the Instagram one more time, but when you tap in with her, you can see the personality right away. And the personality is infectious, it's inviting, and it's amazing. Give them the Instagram, tell them where they can follow you at, because that's where we see you at, and it did what it was supposed to do.
We here now, y'all. Make some noise.
It's at Jasmine, JASMINANE_. Again, that is at JasmineNA_.
And then not only was it the personality, but the sincere clothing, the luxury line, when you see the shorties in that, it's gonna do something for you. I don't know what else to tell you, fellas. Trust me, if you you got a shorty at home, tapmansincereclothing.com.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Buy her some sincere loungewear.
If you go to her DMs, buy something, y'all.
Yeah.
Please, because it's just like if you want your shorty rocking the best, doing the best, you want to get with sincere loungewear. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
So we got the After Dark show. What you feel about, how would you be open to like us having a joint line for just some shirts or something for me and Moolah, maybe our guests?
Like doing a collab or something?
Yeah, something real sexy for our After Dark show. Like something sexy, something that feels good on our skin.
It definitely feel good.
So like the first thing that would come to mind for me is like everybody like wearing like robes or something. Like pajamas.
I ain't mad at a robe though. You down with the robe for the After Dark show?
If we can do a collab, hold on. If we can do a collab with Sincere Loungewear, yeah.
Whatever she doing,
Of course.
whatever she trying to do.
I let the hair down. I light the cigar up.
Mm-hmm.
It's big moolah, man. You already
Big
know.
moolah, not the little one. Oh, shit.
Come put the baby on, like what Sean did for the photo shoot.
I'm gonna come take the pictures. Like, when y'all do y'all collab, when y'all shit drop, I'm gonna come back with the light set up and shit.
That'll be nice though.
Yeah, that's gonna be real nice. Listen, once again, we want to thank both of y'all for coming out. Y'all know it's love.
Yeah.
Y'all family now. Y'all welcome anytime. Please show you been family. Jazz, you family now. Welcome. Welcome to the World Takes, man.
Y'all was fire.
This is episode 83. It's your boy, Big Moo. D Baby, you got anything else?
Nah, thank y'all so much for coming. I really do.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I can't wait till y'all come back so we can start like opening up a little more. You know, we're supposed to open up when we said when you come back it's gonna be more open, but you know it's always a nice introduction for us and for the fans. So
Nah, that's
Hey yo, one last thing. Shout out Earn Diggs. Make some noise.
That's some media.
World Takes Podcast, episode 83, 84 on the way. It's your boy Big Moo. We out. Holla.
$20 bill you charge you tipped her. I had